Are you really interested in knowing where the altcoin market will go in the near future? The altcoin chart can give you an idea of how the odds are stacked. Remember, this is a process of learning and understanding how the market is going to move, learning to make money in crypto, and then you should be able to see patterns and trends in candlesticks, and that's what allows you to understand what you can literally see in these candles. When you zoom in, take in different charts, time frames, you understand this is happening in the charts based on trend and pattern. What does Xrp chart show you? How does the TA align with the fundamentals and the recent news? Let's dig in through that. If you are someone who's looking at these news, these kind of stuff, and still you don't understand anything, you don't have to, be stressed. Take it easy and, read easily. Now, this particular article is going to give you some kind of idea why you should consider holding on to Xrp or buying more Xrp. Now, understand this is not so easy for everyone to understand, but it's literally written so easily. If you go through the article, you'll understand, and we'll go through them. Now, as we move further, you do have to understand there are stuff in the current affairs which are really interesting for the asset Xrp. So when majority will reconsider relisting Xrp and buying back into Xrp, stuff look literally positive. This tweet from Ripple gives you that idea. Then the BIS, now there is a tweet from BIS, and when you go through their update on 25th March, you kind of see some really perfect stuff aligning with the ISO 20022 initiative. And you have to understand this is coming from BIS, Innovations Hub, and then including experts from Bank of England. There are a lot of different stuffs which we have to go through. Then the charts and explanations for each of these. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. Now, guys, if you are looking at this particular chart of Bitcoin, this is a daily chart of BTC, and you can see the price is reaching the moving average. So usually when the price comes back to the moving average, we bounce, right? And looking at the RSI, it's at the support. So both of them gives you an indication that BTC may be reaching towards a temporary support, and it can bounce. But do understand this bounce and then this one and this one, if you are comparing all of them going into the live chart, you will definitely be able to understand that the percentage of increase is reducing. Now, what do I actually mean by that? You can literally take any measurement tool. It's so easy for you, me, and any common man who are interested in this particular asset to take from that bottom to the top. Was 133%. Fine. From here till the top. Yeah, that's 95%. So the movement decreased. Now you take it from here towards this top. Again, the movement reduced. So as the price fluctuation is reducing, you have to understand the momentum is shifting. Now you can count the number of green candles. Okay, for that one, it's easy to go into a Heikin-Ashi chart and then look at this. How many number of green candles were there? And what number of red candles followed in the bear market, right? In that correction. So you are looking at the stuff going down, looking at the stuff going down. Now you kind of see something changing, right? So even if the price is reaching a support, it can bounce and then come back to the support and break that support, go back to find support at a lower stage, maybe around 42,000. But we are not sure about that. We are looking at the candles to understand what they are highlighting, right? So the MACD is actually breaking through, and if that is valid, then yeah, we may actually come back down in BTC. But do understand, these kind of fluctuations are common in BTC market. But we are looking for a top of BTC and nearing a top which we actually came towards 62,000, which can be the top. Looking at this, it definitely looks like a distribution pattern forming if we are to come back down towards 42,000. Because if you go here in any chart of any asset in its wave up, you'll kind of easily able to see there would be a moving average which we follow, we come back, we drop to that moving average, consolidate in that area and then pump up. So now if you would like to look at that consolidation period till that moving average, that's like 50 days. Then a couple of days we go back up. The next time when we come up, it's 48 days, a little bit lesser than that. So here you haven't even reached the moving average on a 3-day chart, but on a daily it suggests we are reaching the moving average. So what does that actually mean? So here, as you can see, last time when we reached the moving average on a daily, we kind of managed to stay there, find a bottom in 10-15 days and then move up. So if we are managing to break this one to the downside, it's bearish, and if we are staying here, it's going to be bullish. Now if that's bullish for BTC, and if it is kind of showing the altcoin market that it's moving up, that's going to be damn bullish for altcoins. Now you can literally ask, if you are looking at BTC dropping towards the downside, a bearish trend there, how can you say the altcoins can actually move up? So for that one, you can either go to BTC dominance chart, or you can, literally it's up to you how you use that. We've been tracking this one even in the last couple of videos. We discussed through that, and the price is moving to the downside. So the possible downside for the BTC dominance is like 11% at first, but yeah, we have a support here around 59.43. Now once we break that one, we can go all the way down towards 54. If BTC dominance is doing that, now this is what we see in the price, the pattern. Now you can actually look at the RSI and see how the momentum is changing. The momentum is reducing, right? So if you were to look at this trend like this, you're plotting it to the upside, you can see we actually came down, we made a new low. The MACD is already in the negative territory here, and it's kind of rounding to the downside again. Maybe we won't come to the bottom, but we can come a little bit more down and go up, and by that time the dominance will reach 54. And what if we are reaching there? Now there would be different assets in the altcoin markets. When altcoin pump 10%, they may pump 20 or 30. We don't know. We'll have to go to the individual charts of each of those assets which you're interested in and look at them. Now what do we actually see here? Now this is a daily chart, so the patterns which you see here will not be the patterns similar which you see on a 3-day chart or a weekly chart. It was kind of a trend which we were following. Previously Bitcoin created this pattern and broke to the upside. Now if you move onto a 3-day chart and you are looking at the same stuff, you can see that if we consolidate inside this pattern some more time, chances are high that we are going to make similar pattern and break to the upside. So last time when we did this, remember, we broke to the upside and made 80% to the upside. When the entire altcoin market cap was moving 80%, the assets which move 100%, 300%, 500%. So keep that in your mind. Now last time when we made some kind of a bullish consolidation, we moved 60%, after which this is 80%, right? So if you go back to see what was the ratio before, you kind of see 30%. So it's kind of easily understandable that 36, 60 and now 80. So the chances are high that the next one would be 100%. I hope that actually makes sense for you guys. Now step into Xrp chart. This one we talked about in last couple of videos, and you understand this is the pattern we are moving in. So when we plotted this, we understood that we were at the resistance point. We couldn't break it to the upside. We came back, but near the moving average we are finding support and the price is bouncing. At the same time, if you look at the RSI, it reached that support trend line or rising trend line support, and it's bouncing back up. So we are still inside this particular pattern in RSI, so we need to break above. Once we manage to break above this, the price should also be higher because the MACD is on the positive territory here on a daily. Now yeah, you can step back a little bit and look at the 3-day and say, okay guys, on a 3-day chart, what I see is it's near the breakout. It can break to the upside or downside, we don't know, but chances are high that it may break to the upside. Now you can look at the odds. Say you can actually go into the chart instead of monthly. I'll directly take you guys back to the 3-day chart, and this is what we were looking here, right? Now if you want to combine these two, the price and RSI is following similar pattern. Price is at the top corner of the resistance, near the resistance. whereas the RSI is at the medium point. So if RSI managed to bounce from here, it should break out. Now, for the MACD, as this is a picture, I can zoom in. I'll take you guys to the live chart of that same and zoom in. We crossed to the downside, but immediately we came back, we crossed to the upside. But what's happening now? We came up, we are trending up. If you look at this one, right, in the MACD, so that gives you that confirmation MACD is still strong. Now we move into a weekly chart to look at the trend. This is the trend which you see in the RSI. Okay, we are at the support. We have a long way to the upside. We have been waiting for a move up from early Jan. We moved a little bit, but we came back to the support. We are retesting this support, and if we bounce from here, it should take us high. Now that would be the wave 2 of the altcoin market, which we are all waiting for in a general trend completing, right? So if you go into a monthly chart of altcoins, delete all of these indicators and look at this, we are still inside that wave 1, which we haven't even completed. Wow, without a correction, right? So if we manage to do a little bit of correction here and then pump, that's going to be the wave 2. We did that zoomed in view, and when you see a rounded bottom like this on the RSI, it can literally form a head and shoulder pattern, a cup and handle pattern. It's all possible. But what are you looking at? You're positioning yourself before the next wave up, so that when the price pumps 200, 300, 500%, you are inside that. Those who were here ready using the digest which we put out in January or February, they are reaping benefits. They are strongly taking benefits from most of the coin which we put out. And some of the coins are doing extremely well. Say Dent. Now it's kind of aligning with our long-term goal, even our short to medium-term goal. We told it would be correcting at some point and going here, and that did happen. So this is how you look at chart and patterns. Now on this weekly chart, when you see this trend, you also have to understand this is kind of medium to long-term trend, whereas the medium trend is like this. You're still respecting this particular resistance, which is valid here, right? Now when you zoom out, this is what you see. You went there, you wicked, but this is a weekly candle. It won't close until the Monday. So until the Monday morning, you still have time to see where it is closing. And if it is closing near to the resistance, chances are high that we may break to the upside in the following candle. And that means the RSI is moving to the upside. So that's the technical side of it. Now from that view of technicals, you can actually go look at different charts, coins, it's fine. But the general market is trending like this. You're looking at a lot of green in the market and a lot more red too. So if you are positioned well to take benefit of this, basically not everyone understands this stuff. You need to be bullish when the market is going down. That's when you get to buy on sale, not when the price is pumping. Because when the price is pumping like this, if you're entering somewhere here, the sale was here at the bottom, just looking at this particular area, right? If you are looking at this, do understand the sale for this particular ride up was not here. You can even say it was precisely in this area, right? So those who entered during this downward movement at the support, here it was the moving average, reaped the benefit moving up, and those are the guys who are making the most of it. Now what do we mean by that one? Stepping into a monthly chart. This is the monthly chart. On a technical basis, we are going to look at the candles easily. Say if this particular candle, which you can see here, we broke to the upside, but immediately afterwards we came to the downside. Now look at the following candle. It went back towards 75% of this bearish candle. Then it consolidated there. The next month we went above that trend, but we closed back in red. I agree, but still the price was maintaining above the 50-day moving average, that too on a monthly chart. And now this month it looks like we are going to close in green. If we are closing in green, what does that mean? It's going to give you a continuation pattern. Now for an example of the continuation pattern, if you would like to see that, you can see this particular area, this 3 candle setup where you saw the continuation pattern, and then from that continuation pattern you already moved 40-50% inside a consolidative pattern of a wave, right? So as you were moving to the upside, you knew that this is the trend. So the trend line is rising, so that's this rising support trend line, and you're still inside that pattern. Now, as I highlighted in the previous video, those who see this stuff, it's clear for them. We manage to break above this one. We are way above that particular support resistance zone. Then this one we are still flirting with. Now, if you are drawing up just a line, it would be really hard to understand. But if you are plotting a support resistance zone, picking each support and resistance, it would be clear for you where the price is and how the price is actually reacting to certain levels. If you are picking that clearly, say this is a resistance, this is support, resistance, resistance. So you are trying to align support and resistance in one zone to understand where buyers or sellers are interested in competing against each others to direct the market to the up or the downside. Now we get that. So as we move in to the fundamental side of it, it kind of shows you clearly, right? We are all moving towards this one. So the ISO 20022 standard is closing and it's stepping near the completion mark. So when we are going to do that, to understand people or the world of payments are realizing that the internet of value, it's required. And that's when, these kind of stuff happening in the US with the court case, SEC kind of gives you that perspective, because this is still happening in US and this is what you get from Nasdaq. They're talking about this. Now, what is the ideology behind this? You read through this so you understand the ROI for a particular asset. If it is high, how is it high? Why is it possible? So when you read through this, they kind of give you the fundamental stuff along with the technical. That's what we also do, right? So we are happy that someone else at least are doing the same, or you can stand in the other side of it and say, okay, we are doing what the giants do, what the giants follow, right? So in that aspect, you should understand the fundamentals are so strong. It's getting concreted each day with each new partnership, each new progress which Ripple is going through. Just the SEC has to, give that proper clarity. At least in the court, it does look like they're going to get that, because the judge seems to be, literate compared to those SEC guys. No offense, but, if you can read through a document and understand that, it's fine. If you can read through one 10 times and you won't understand, even if you compare it with similar others, that's not something we can consider as educated guys. Because you're looking at Bitcoin, you're looking at Ether, and then you're saying Ripple is not a utility coin or it's a security. That's a stupidest stuff which we can hear from those who say we are the experts, right? So even those who came out from the same institutions, those who led the same institutions are clearly highlighting, okay, SEC, this time they made a mistake. So that mistake, once it's legally highlighted by a court, we're going to see a massive motion of movement. Now, if you look at this BIS report, they kind of show you the winners of this hackathon of ISO 20022 APIs. So winning firms is Atomic Wire, Moja Loop, and Isonuts. So when you come through this, what are they really talking about? Presented solutions for synchronizing foreign exchange payments, then bridging the last mile of cross-border payments. So if you just copy this stuff here, paste it in Google and see what you find, please let me know what you really find, because I directly get the link of Ripple's, we are reaching that last mile, right? Bridging using XRP. Now, when you come to the downside here, this is Moja Loop, right? One of that winners. Now you can actually go through all of them, look at what they are doing and where this is actually directing. But I'll just take you one step further in Moja Loop Foundation, and I would like to show you this stuff. Initial sponsor members. Who are these? Coil. Does it look familiar? Those who are in XRP for a long time, they know all of these names. So look at this one, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Does it really look fun? It's fun, right? You see Rockefeller Foundation, you see Google, you see Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So these are the giants out there, and they are here. And they are not only here, they are also in another company, which is familiar for you guys, right? So those who want to dig more and learn more, do that, because that's how you build wealth. If you are here just to be spoon-fed, it's going to be really difficult. Even with the charts, if I'm going to give you charts and patterns like this 10 times, 100 times, and then you still don't understand what's happening, where the support is, what the trend line looks like, even after drawing that in the chart, you're in trouble. Yeah, this time you may make money, but after this market cycle, when you enter into the life will really happen if you don't know how to manage this properly. And that's why we try to give you guys the ability to go through different charts to understand what's happening. What is the correction looking like right now for this asset, that asset? What's the opportunity there for this asset, that asset? Because it's not only one or two assets. And not every one of us is just in XRP. I can see majority are into many different assets. Say when we are looking at these kind of updates for XRP and all, I kind of, posted updates for BTC, XRP and others, and I was able to see, people are confused. It's fine. That's how we all learn. There are 975 of our members who are looking at this. And if you are looking at this particular stuff, which I would like to share with you guys too, I had to share, I wanted to share this in the early stage. I forgot in the same video, but see this. While we were in a consolidative market, the movement to the upside and downside was limited, right? The downside was like 30 to 40%, 45%, that's it. So with that one, you'll understand we are in a consolidative market, fine. Then when you entered into a bull market, each correction were like 60%, 70%. So now you look at here, we got a correction of 75%, which is similar to all of these. Now, while I compare with this, what it comes to my mind is, okay, that means based on history, based on these stuff of comparison, the parameters show me that we are in a bull market. This is just a correction, and that's fine for me. I'm happy with that. Now, if you need something similar, analysis of different assets which you have in your portfolio, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. Now, as we move forward in each day as an investor in crypto, you should be able to do charts. You should be able to understand something basic at least. So put that 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, whichever you have free, to learn these stuff. We try to give that in the Patreon too, but if you're not there, it's fine. Just look through the Google, YouTube, you will get the source. If you found value for your time here in the Scientific Investor channel, please do hit that like and subscribe button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.